There are over 1,000 chess openings, but you only need to know a handful to win games. I've played and won many tournaments, and I can tell you firsthand, knowing the right opening makes all the difference. In this video, I'll explain why openings matter, what a good opening does, and my recommendations. Openings matter because they simplify the game. When you play an opening that you know, you're more likely to reach positions that you're familiar with, and you don't have to spend time coming up with new ideas. Another reason why openings matter is because you reach winning or equal positions. It's much easier to win a game if you don't have to spend the entire middle game and end game clawing back from a losing position. On top of this, you can sometimes win games in the first 10 moves.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
Last but certainly not least, openings are important because they will be key to your improvement at the higher levels. Once you start reaching the advanced stages of chess, all your opponents will know theory, and if you don't, you'll end up in positions where you can't come back from. Now that you know why openings matter, let's take a look at what a good opening aims for. First and foremost, a good opening will always develop your pieces. If you choose an opening that has a lot of pawn moves or develops your pieces to really pass the squares, you're much more likely to end up in worse position. The second thing a good opening will aim for is to control the center. Whether this is done by putting pawns in the center or taking a much more hyper-modern approach, always make sure that the opening that you choose will have some center control. The third metric for a good opening is king safety. No matter what opening you choose, king safety will always be one of the top priorities, and if your opening doesn't prioritize this, it's probably not a good one. Now that we've learned a little bit more about why openings matter and what a good opening should do, here are my recommendations. I want to preface this by stating that these openings are not the objectively best openings, but being someone who's played a lot of openings, I really do think that these ones are the most easy to play and will put you in really good position. When you have the white pieces, I do think you should play the London system or the Vienna. The London is a D4 opening and the Vienna is an E4 opening. Usually E4 openings are seen as more aggressive and tactical, while D4 openings are seen as more passive, more calm, more positional. So you get your own choice with that one. For the black pieces, I will always advocate for the Carl Khan. I think it's the most safe, most simple option you can always do. It's really hard to go wrong. This is against E4, and against D4 or even C4, you can do the King's Indian setup. I know the King's Indian is a very theory-based opening, but that's why I said setup and not the opening. As long as you know the basic principles of the King's Indian, you'll end up in decent positions, and likely you're not playing against people good enough to know all the theory to punish your moves. Once you start reaching 1800, 1900, or maybe even 2000 ELO, that's when you might have to start thinking about learning a little bit more of the theory. As all of you know, chess is a very hard game. Openings are just a way to help you get into an easier position. If you have any questions or advice for beginners, feel free to say something in the comments. I know I didn't cover everything that there can be said about openings, but I hope this is a good guide to help you get started. Let me know if you would like a more detailed video on this topic. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.